We're back with good picture and good sound. Look at that. We got the camera fixed and we're here in Saigon, walking in little cute alleys.
Seeing Paul witness Saigon for the first time on the way to a Mekong River Delta tour was loads of fun.
First impressions of Western Street?
It's like Beard Street, but bigger.
Yeah. This is Bui Vien, backpacker area, red light district, go-go bars, Western food, expensive drinks, young white people.
I'm not that young.
Are you in your 20s?
20.
Shut the f up. So we got
29.
Is that not your 20s?
All the lights and dancing in this one relatively small party street made me famished. Luckily, I found just the thing I was after.
We have found vegan black sugar bubble tea. We have found 5 types of vegan banh mi right there. And I got a free lesson in Vietnamese. Free Vietnamese. It is fully vegan. Tap cam. Cha la chai.
Yes.
Tao hu hu. Chai. Kai. Spicy. Yes. Whoa. Ngon. This is black sugar milk tea.
Neener.
Oh my God.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, it's so perfect. The milk is rich and creamy, but not like coconut cream. It's like rich soy milk. Back when, does anyone remember? Comment if you remember Vitasoy. Vitasoy, the blue box. Very, very tasty. Oh my God. It tastes like liquid baking. Good, right? Quite good. Come on. It has herbs. It has spiciness. It has sausage. It has ground peanut. It has cucumber. It's excellent. Excellent. Go to Banh Mi Chay.
The next morning we did even more tourist things.
We're going to BenThanh Market. It's a great big market with all the usual and some of the unusual stuff. This is the fixed price area of the market. Now, if you want to avoid the hassle of haggling, you can pay the fixed price. But sometimes the prices are a little upward of normal. Xin chào. Khỏe không?
How are you? Khỏe.
Khỏe.
What do you want to looking for?
The market center is a good source of
nice.
standard street-style Vietnamese cuisine, and there are a great deal of vegan options.
Doesn't seem to be a set vegetarian booth, but everyone has a vegetarian menu. We ordered Mekong noodles, and we ordered a vegetarian duck soup. So let's see what we get. Pretty darn delicious, actually. Hers is quite nice as well. It's got that 5 spice associated with the duck flavor. It's got a little bit of a different broth to it, a little more citrusy, lemongrassy. My Mekong noodles are, as expected, thick, long, just like Hung would say about the banana.
Hello, coffee.
Xin chào.
With me coffee. What looking for?
The rest of the market has everything you could ever want and lots you don't want as well.
Hello.
Xin chào. Found a really good store with good prices and a nice lady. That's you. Yeah. Does your store have a name?
My store. My name Q.
Q.
Kreu.
Opposite Catinat. Right there, Catinat. On the corner in BenThanh Market.
BenThanh
At the corner of Letan.
good friend and former co-worker at Plant Base who is from Vietnam was there at the same time as us, so we had a visit.
We are visiting Sabina and her lovely husband Chi. Chi, you look great. You look really good. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Nice to see you.
Nice to see
you. Wow, so nice. Beautiful house. At Plant Base, Sabina always made delicious banh chui, which is banana cake with rice flour, tapioca flour, and bananas, and a little bit of sugar. Rice flour and tapioca flour, and we loved it at Plant Base. But you had always said better in Vietnam because better banana leaf, better banana. So this is the real one now.
Sabina doesn't want to be an internet star, so we will just show her food and nice house.
Thickened coconut cream, and this goes on top. Oh my gosh, delicious. Okay.
Different taste. In
It
Vancouver,
is a different taste from Vancouver to Vietnam.
It's all the coconut. Outside it's really right.
The next day we got up to a more serious activity, knowing the history of Vietnam being invaded.
We are at a necessary stop in Saigon, the War Remnants Museum. Very well documented and very well presented information. So, let's go see. The first room is dedicated to anti-war sentiment, documenting anti-war sentiment from around the world, but mostly the United States, to show that the war was sort of a one-sided intention. Next, we have a gallery that shows political sentiment around the rest of the world. Romania, Czechoslovakia, Poland, Soviet Union, Hungary, Bulgaria, and Germany. So this is documenting some of that resistance. This area is sort of like a discovery phase of a trial where they show historical truths with proof about how the invasion started and what the intentions were of the invaders. In this area here, they're going over the impact of the French occupation. This area also shows how the French began to collude with other Western nations in order to validate their desire to launch a wider scale invasion of what was then known as the area of Indochina, which included Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. Vietnam was important in this because it's a central area, basically directly in the center of what was called Indochina. So whoever controlled Vietnam and its ports was able to basically control the entire area. So the reconquest of Vietnam was initialized by the French with massive funding from the United States in the early 1950s. And basically Eisenhower himself stated that it was because they didn't want the supply of cheaper tin and tungsten to stop coming. By 1955, a lot of the death toll and violence started to ramp up when the U.S. encouraged summary executions of various resistors, meaning they were executed on the spot by either French or pro-Western influences. True to the United States playbook, the U.S. administration escalated the war. This next area here begins to document how the escalation increased after the Gulf of Tonkin incident, the false flag operation that led to the U.S. justifying their increased participation in the invasion. A gallery documenting war crimes. This gallery opens with a quote from the U.S. Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and then they're about to show you war crimes created by the governments who believe in upholding that Declaration of Independence. This is a section of sewer where ex-Senator Bob Kerrey had confessed to a massacre of civilians, including 3 pregnant women and children. This is a sculpture made entirely from bomb fragments. The name of the sculpture is Mother. I'm not going to show any of the gore in here, but there is a lot of it. Unspeakable crimes committed against children, elders, people unrelated to any military participation or defense, just slaughter. This details the losses incurred by Vietnam. 200,000 dead, 70,000 orphans, 100% of power plants, railway lines, bridges and sewer systems, 350 hospitals, 2,900 schools, 3 million Vietnamese killed, 2 million of them civilians, 2 million injured, and 300,000 never found. This room documents the atrocities committed by defoliants such as Agent Orange. Agent Orange was partially developed and tested in Canada.
It's quiet and somber outside because it's a heavy place to be. After reflecting, we found a dinner spot later that night.
It's called Filthy Vegan.
Mind the kitty upstairs.
Vegan section, pizza section, pasta section, Mexican section, British section, you can skip right past that one, pastries,
Irish section.
and desserts.
Cheeseburger? Number 2, yeah? Yes, and a Heineken.
It's a charming British owner, so we'll see how the food is, but he's been in Saigon for 19 years, trying to get the backstory. He's a vegan. The menu is extensive, but is it extensively delicious? I'll tell you right now. The shake is not ice creamy, it's more of a smoothie. It tastes nice. The cashew cheese is sort of a puree or a paste. The chips have a pastry quality to them, similar to like chaat papri. But it's pretty good. You can taste the British influence for sure. It's a good attempt in a foreign land. Let's try the burger. The patty has a soft kind of potatoey bread-like texture. Spice sort of like chicken, but it harkens back to veganism from the early 2000s. Oreo cheesecake, chocolate ganache. So that's the chocolate ganache. Yeah, very chocolatey. It's quite heavy in a good way. It's like a nice thick chocolate ganache. Let's try the Oreo cheesecake. Kind of a fruity taste, coconutty taste, and some Oreo in there as well. And chocolate raspberry tart. Looks like on the very bottom a layer of raspberry preserve, and then similar chocolate vibe to the ganache. But it has a nice raspberry taste. Chocolate ganache and the chocolate tart are quite good. I'm not raving about the Oreo, but it's good. It's fine.
And I could taste a bit of garlic in one of the crusts, which was likely from a dessert pan shared with a pizza pan, but that's just an aside. We're heading next for a week-plus tour of the Mekong River Delta, and then we're back in Saigon a little bit more. For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David.